How's it going, YouTube? Joseph here with our first Pokemon Unite guide, and we are going to be doing Alolan-Ninetales. I felt it was poetic justice to do the Pokemon that I've used not only the most, but is also my favorite at the moment. She's... I have her, if you watch my tier video, I do have her as like the S, like the best Pokemon, and my opinion on that hasn't really changed. I feel like she is easily, hands down, the best Pokemon. She has slows, CC, freeze, knockback, wall, ult that does insane damage in a big AoE. She's has really good poke, really safe to play, feels really good. And I just don't feel like I don't feel like there's a downside to having her on your team. I feel like each game someone should be playing Alolan-Ninetales. I don't want to get into, I will say eject button, 100% battle item, eject button. There's no reason to use anything else. But as for held items, there's a couple different builds you can do with her. I didn't really want to get into the held items too much at the moment. Maybe at the end I will. But it's really hard to speculate still, and it's really hard to go all in on, because these are especially if you're free to play, the held items are very hard to upgrade. So you don't want to like upgrade something and then have it be like not that great and be like, oh, okay, I just kind of wasted like all my tickets, all my enhancers on that. But you're gonna start off with two moves: Powder Snow. Attacks with a Chilly Gust, Powdery Snow, decreases their movement speed. Again, everything she has in her kit is slows. Slows. Very CC heavy. You can either get Powder Snow or Icy Wind. Icy Wind is like a line that also slows. I prefer to get Powder Snow first. I think I get Powder Snow first. I'm not 100% sure. Usually with Ninetales, I like to go top. There is occasionally times where I do like going jungle with Ninetales because you can rotate a lot, and people's awareness, I guess would be the best way to explain it, is very bad right now. I actually went Icy Wind, which I would not recommend. It is not as good for clearing these like initial 8-bombs and stuff. But I feel like people's awareness at the moment is very low, so rotating and ganking is actually really effective. People don't do it that much though, but I feel like whenever I play Ninetales, I love to like just go top bottom and keep ganking, and I feel like I can get really good pressure on people. Level 4, you're going to have the option of Avalanche, which is basically a line. It makes a wall, and when the wall melts, it blows up and creates like a slow, I believe. Just damage to the opposing Pokemon. The slow is when, okay, so the slow is when it's upgraded. Ignore that. And then you have the chance, or the choice of Dazzling Gleam, which is kind of like a stun. I would say it's like a stun. I think it is a stun, but it's very minuscule. It's not 100% like noticeable. I was running Dazzling Gleam a lot. I thought it was really cool to have that like stun into the slow. But what I found was Avalanche is better in like most situations. Avalanche is going to be better, and pairing Dazzling Gleam with Blizzard is really bad because you stun them and then you Blizzard and you knock them away, and then oops, I can't auto attack, and it was kind of frustrating. So I feel like you can run Gleam Veil or Avalanche Veil, but I personally have not found Veil to be that great. I'm gonna be honest. I know a lot of people say that it's really good, the basic attack and stuff, but I don't really play Ninetales for her basic attacks. I feel like her basic attacks aren't that great. I prefer to use her like a combo character, right? Like in other MOBAs you have like the 1, 2, 3. So I pick up Avalanche and Blizzard. Veil is really good. You can use it if you want to try the basic attacks, the speed boost. It just makes a thing on the ground where you basically get buffed while you're standing in it. And I believe it makes your ally Pokemon take less damage while they're standing in it, but your teammates don't do that. They don't even notice that. So I go with Blizzard. It's 11 seconds. It's a line, and it knocks them back, slows them. The good thing about this is when you combo it with Avalanche, you can get the nice little wall freeze, like knock them into your wall, which it, it is so good. Like it's so good. I cannot even put into words how great this like combo is to wall them off, slow them, knock them back, knock them into the wall. I just screwed it up right there. If I would have been like two more steps forward, I would have probably killed both of them right there. But it's just the amount of CC where they literally can't move their play their character for a good like second and a half, and then there's a chance that they're frozen by you too, pretty high chance that they're frozen, and you are just a CC machine. It is very frustrating to play a good Ninetales player because you have to be very careful. You have to kind of focus them, but it's really annoying to get close to them like that, or you just dive with zero aura and press one button and kill them because that fucker's OP. So her passive, Snow Warning, I will go over this. I don't think I really utilize it that well in this game. I was kind of stuck with the Venusaur, and we kind of did get trounced on top lane most of the game by the 3-man because our jungler was babysitting bottom a lot. This is just a bad play. The Snow Warning is really good for like I said in the tier list video, you can kind of check grass patches. If there's like a wild Pokemon not by the grass, you can stand by the grass, and if someone's in there, it will poke them, so you'll know. That it is a double-edged sword in the sense that you can't hide in grass as Ninetales, so you're kind of stuck like either ganking or chilling in lane. You can't really like sit and hide because they will see you. I got screwed by the targeting right there. So the right stick targeting, kind of bad that it auto-locked on the Snorlax there. I don't really know why. We made the best out of it, but Snoring is really good. It's kind of one of them things where like it's really good, it's really cool, it's very niche, gives her something special, but at the same time it is really annoying to like go to hide in a grass and you're going to back and your Snow Warning goes off and they're like, oh, you're in this grass right here, and they kind of like jump you. So it can be kind of tricky to get used to like the fact that it just kind of goes off on its own. It doesn't stop you from backing or count as like an attack or anything, but it can be, you can't like hide, you can't be like stealthy. The only thing that's why like I like to roam with Ninetales is just gank, because you can't be sneaky. So her basic attacks, I don't think I went over this, but it does do boosted. I believe her third hit is an AoE, and it also decreases their movement speed because that's all Ninetales does. And then we have her ult, her Snow Globe. This is a AoE big freeze. You would have seen it. I think I just did it a little bit ago on 2 or 3 of them, and it's just a big burst damage. It does like 2k when you're level, like I want to say like 13, 14. I think it hits people for around 2k. It's very hard to see how much your moves hit for in this game, I'll be honest, unless you're like actively looking at the little red numbers. I don't know why they're colored so poorly though. But okay, there's a good ult. So it's just a big explosion next to you. You want to use this when someone's frozen. I don't know if I did. I was kind of panicking because I was by myself. So I just kind of blew it to get them out of there. But if you use it on someone that's frozen, it does do a lot more damage to them. If it's someone that's like squishy, like a Pikachu or even like a Zero Aura or another Ninetales, you will pretty much just one-shot them with just the ult if they're frozen. But it's really, really good if you're like fighting someone. I wouldn't advise using this on one person, but if you can Avalanche, Blizzard, knock them in and then ult them, that's like, there's not really anything that lives that. Especially since they're probably going to get frozen off the Snow Warning. This is really good too, the ult. My favorite thing to do with it is to go to Zapdos when they're fighting him, when there's like 3 of them on him. You Avalanche, you blink in with eject button, Blizzard, and then ult, because you can't Blizzard through walls. It's very, I don't know if you're supposed to be able to, but a lot of, almost not a lot of, but every Blizzard that I do where I try to go through walls, it doesn't actually go through the wall. You can Avalanche through walls, but you can't Blizzard. It like hits the wall and stops. So I don't know if you're supposed to be able to, or if that's intended. It's probably pretty intended. But Blizzard doesn't go through walls, so you can't like snipe Zapdos with Blizzard through a wall. So this is cheeky. I think the 2-minute thing is kind of dumb, but if you wait like that in the grass and then right at 2 minutes you start charging, and as the clock hits 2 minutes you get the double points, you can kind of cheese some points in. That's usually what I try to do. You got to see right there though how I wasn't really able to hide in the grass because the Crawdon was coming after me. Like if someone was there, they obviously would have seen me. I'm waiting to see if I Blizzard like at a wall because I am curious. I swear you can't Blizzard through walls, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't really try. Yeah, see, it hit that wall and just stop. It stops on like my avalanche. So I out there just to get a big burst. I mean, I knew I was gonna die. I was in a really bad spot. And luckily this game isn't gonna end in the most annoying way possible, which is someone killing Zapdos and then winning off of it, which is like my least favorite thing in this game. Also, Zapdos gives 30, by the way. I think I said that in my other video. Was I was curious how much Zapdos actually gave, because it always feels like everybody has 50 after you kill Zapdos, and that's like the big problem. I feel like they should have him give like not 30. Maybe like 10. Or not give anything. What if they get... see, it's really hard to balance that. I don't know, I just feel like Zapdos is too much relies on you killing Zapdos to win a game when you're, in the last 2 minutes, whether you're winning or losing, if that makes sense. So yeah, we had a lot of CC. Obviously it's Ninetales, but it's kind of one of the things where I feel like there's no reason not to do the combo of like Avalanche Blizzard. You can try the Aura one, but I think the combo is just better. I will mess around with it. I might make another video trying the other abilities. Alright, I wasn't really gonna go over items here, but I figured at the end here we might as well. It is kind of like we're getting to that point in the game where everybody's kind of like getting their items going. So I like to use Wise Glasses, Shell Bell, and Floatstone. The plus attack movement speed is really good. Obviously, out of combat movement speed is just insanely good. I did have leftovers on, but that was just because I didn't really know what else to put on. Shell Bell, the special attack and cooldown is just amazing. And recovering HP when you do damage with your moves. Again, I use Ninetales as like a move spammer. I spam Avalanche and Blizzard 24/7. So having the heal off of that, I feel like it saved me a lot more than it seems. And then Wise Glass is just a buff. For other items, I feel like if you want to do the Aura Veil build, you should definitely have Muscle Band. You could also run Scope Lens. I don't really watch my crits that much, I'm gonna be honest. I don't notice how much I actually crit, but I think Scope Lens could be very, very useful. These kind of items don't interest me, I'm gonna be honest. This is just personal preference, but I don't use Aeos Cookie, special attack specs, or the score shield attack weight. That it just doesn't interest me, the like scoring, like spam scoring. I think it's pretty good if you do it. But is it like the best? I don't think so. I also don't want to put my item enhancers into something like that. It just kind of feels bad because I don't know if I would ever actually use it. So I would say them 5 are genuinely what you're going to be using. You could also use leftovers, like I said, if you don't want to use Floatstone. You could use Buddy Barrier as well. I have used that before. When I was playing with friends, I was actually running Aura Veil Buddy Barrier, so like damage reduction for them in the Aura Veil plus the Buddy Barrier to give them the shield if they were like low. And it worked okay. It wasn't the best, but it was an option. And then the last thing that I wanted to go over was my opinion, counters to Ninetales, like what Pokemon you should look out for. And Pokemon that are good with Ninetales if you do play with like your friends or playing with other people. and you want to kind of have good synergy. So let's go over the counters first. These are probably pretty obvious, but we got Gengar, close range, move spammer. Can't get away from him, can't move from him. If he Sludge Bombs you and starts spamming Hex, you're dead. You can't really do anything. Cinderace outranges us as Ninetales, and it's very hard to land the combo on a Ninetales. On a Cinderace, he's very annoying. Very, 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 very annoying. It's very hard to be close to him, to land the combo, and to hit him. And you can't win a poke fight with Cinderace. Like, you can't 1v1, like, hit him, I guess would be the best way to say. You can't basic attack off, is what I'm trying to say. Zeraora, as you've seen in the video, is just annoying. He literally can just jump on you and one-tap you. You can potentially hit a wall blizzard before you die, but if you're standing in his electricity when he jumps on you, you're pretty much screwed. That's what eject button is for, and that's the same as Absol. Absol is a lot like Zeraora. If he's like stuck on you and he's on you and he's like porting around and stuff, it's really hard to like blizzard knock them away, especially if they have the, I think it's Sucker Punch that puts them like behind you. So it's really hard to like get away from these high burst melee characters that are really quick. I would potentially put Talonflame on here, but I don't really have a problem with Talonflame the way I do with the Zeraora, Gengar, and Absol, but potentially Talonflame too. Same reason for Lucario. You can't, once he's like stuck on you, it's really hard to get him off, and even if you have eject button, he's one of the Pokemon that can like chase you down, so it's very hard to get away from him. As for people that are good with him, Edogloss, if you are bottom laning and you want to run Ninetales Edogloss, you can have the big CC slow sustain. Very, very, very good together. It's kind of like a weaker Cinderace Edogloss, but it could also potentially be better because you have the CC. Slowbro, this is a personal preference because I have played with my friend that plays Slowbro a lot, and it is super nice to chain and keep someone CC'd for a ridiculous amount of time. So he surfs, knocks him up, I wall, blizzard, freeze them, wall goes down, he grabs them with telekinesis, holds them in the air, I melee him. Most people are dead by then if it's like a, not like a Snorlax or possibly like Garchomp. You're pretty dead from that combo. It's kind of ridiculous, and just having like another big CC'er is extremely overpowered. Pikachu's kind of an interesting one. I threw him on here because he actually synergizes pretty well with Alolan Ninetales, so he has like his own kind of CC and form of CC, but he also has a little bit of burst, so you can combo really well with when he does Volt Tackle and he lifts him up in the air. You can preemptively be ready to have the Wall Blizzard go off on the person. So if you're comboing, you're in comms, you're playing with a friend and stuff, Pikachu is very, very good. And then Absol, for the fact that Absol can kill whatever tries to dive on you. Like, he can peel for you. He can not really peel, but he can kind of burst down someone that's trying to burst you down, and it's gonna make them like second guess what they want to do. You can CC for your Absol, which helps Absol a lot because he is kind of glass cannon-y in the sense. I feel like Absol is way better on your team than like maybe a Zeraora or a Gengar, because them Pokemon can kind of do it on their own. They don't need the help, but Absol can definitely use the help in the form of CC, whereas Gengar and Zeraora, they don't need help. They're a one-man gang. Let me know what you guys think. If this helped you in any way with Ninetales. I know she's not that complicated, she's not that complex, but if you enjoyed the videos and you're looking forward to more guides and Pokemon Unite gameplay, make sure you check me out on twitch.tv/corrosive, spelled the same way as YouTube. And remember to do all the YouTube things. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time with Garchomp.